Welcome back to Wager Wars, where each week Rob and I go head-to-head with our best 3 NFL bets.
Second half of the season has done me dirty. George currently has an $856 lead, so I decided to throw some big stuff in here to see if I can catch back up. But apparently George matched me, so it may not matter anyway. And here are my picks for Week 16. Buffalo Bills, they've turned it up a little bit, and I think Josh Allen's going to be the first touchdown scorer at plus 600. This comes from FanDuel, so a $100 bet here is going to pay out 700. The LA Chargers defense, man, they just looked so bad last week, and Josh Allen and his team is rolling. They've got the mojo back. I'm trying to find some big lines here so that I can try and compete with George and get back into the mix a little bit. There was a lot of good props this week, so I'm being a little aggressive on this one, but Josh Allen either running it in from a long distance or a short distance, I think either are entirely possible at this point. LA Chargers, they're not going to do anything for the rest of the year. They're going to be really down bad. Let's see if Josh Allen can get me a little closer. Next up, we have Christian McCaffrey at plus 400 as the first touchdown scorer. Now with this guy, there's a bit of juice from the sports books on it. Anytime touchdown scorer, can't ever look at that with this guy, but first touchdown, he's going against the Ravens defense. They're good, but this San Francisco team, they're electric. This is going to be the 2 best teams in the NFL playing each other. We're trying to figure out who's going to get that first touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, he's just that guy. It's what he does. He scores, and oftentimes, he can punch it in from long, short. Doesn't really matter. He's the same thing as Josh Allen. If he's going to bust out, it's really hard for defenders to stop him because they can just truck cornerbacks like it isn't much of a thing. Now, this is a plus $400 bet, so $100 at FanDuel will pay out $500. And finally, we have Cooper Kupp, a guy that we were talking about falling off, but the last few weeks, he's roped touchdowns together. I've gone in on the LA Rams to make the playoffs. I think they figured it out. They had some preseason, early season woes. Things just weren't jiving. But now, I think he's going to score in this game. And if he ends up being the first one, it's an electric play on my part. However, we are taking risks. These are all first touchdown scorers. And I don't usually bet like this off my show card. I'm having a great year. My show card, not looking good the last 6 weeks. So we're going Cooper Kupp, first touchdown scorer at plus 850. And this week, it's risky, but my total is 2150 as a potential return.
My first pick this week for Wager Wars is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers money line. This is coming in at plus 130. The Steelers are hosting the Cincinnati Bengals this weekend, and I want to remind everybody of the lure behind the Steelers. Nobody thinks that you are a true team in the AFC North unless you beat the Steelers at home. Now, Jake Browning has the chance to become a true AFC North quarterback by defeating the Steelers at home. However, that will not happen. This right here is a textbook Pittsburgh Steelers runaway. I just think Jake Browning is going to have a lot of troubles with TJ Watt. I'm imagining TJ Watt is licking his chops, seeing a rookie quarterback back there. And in a situation in which the Bengals need to win out to make the playoffs, I think the Steelers take care of business here at home. I love seeing them at underdogs. This is coming in at plus 130, meaning a $100 bet will return me $230. My second pick this week for Wager Wars is going to be Jahmyr Gibbs as the first touchdown scorer. The reason why I chose this is because Rob is trying to run away with it here. If Rob hits all 3 of his first touchdown scorer bets, I'm in a rough situation. So I'm trying to match it here. I wanted to find a running back that I had picked early in the year to be a prominent back in the league. Bijan Robinson ended up being that stud rookie running back, but Jahmyr Gibbs is coming on this second half of the season. He is now running back number 1 for the Detroit Lions, and I imagine in a game versus the Vikings, they're trying to get him dialed in for the playoffs. Jahmyr Gibbs, first touchdown score, plus 700, $100 bet will return you $800. And my third and final bet this week for Wager Wars is going to be an alternate spread for the game of the year. 49ers minus 9.5 points as they take on the Baltimore Ravens. These odds are coming in at plus 172. The 49ers this year are on a warpath, so to speak. And next on their list is the Ravens. And I don't think that they are looking at this game as, oh, well, we'll probably just end up seeing them again. And so we're going to hold back, some of the things that we're probably going to use against them in the Super Bowl. Fuck that. It's going to be a barrage of touchdowns, very similar to the way that the 49ers dominated the Eagles The same exact thing's going to happen here. But I'm more so looking forward to seeing the way this 49ers defensive line has Lamar Jackson scrambling around the pocket. I do not think Lamar Jackson is a good quarterback throwing on the run. I think when Lamar Jackson is made uncomfortable, but he can't scramble, that is when the Ravens have 3 and outs occur all the fucking time. I've seen it all year. The same exact thing is going to happen versus the 49ers. I'm comfortable saying that the 49ers minus 9.5 is my favorite play of this week. Those odds are coming in at plus 172, meaning a $100 bet will return you $272. With all my bets put in this week, I have the opportunity of returning $1,202.
All right, George, it seems like we're a little first touchdown score silly this week, but with me being down and I'm missing, but not on my off my show card, it's just been fantastic. But show card really, really bad. I've gone for the nuke on this week. I don't know. What do you think?
The nuclear option is by far my favorite. The worst thing that I see every week is all these people that are putting down like $2 to $5 on these same game parlays for all these first touchdown scores. And they end up making like $25,000, $30,000. And I'm like, why couldn't I be that guy? So this week with our juiced lines, we have the opportunity of not only being that guy, but we might be able to retire, Rob.
Yeah, if you parlay everything that I put out this week, it's just an insane payout. I don't ever really parlay stuff. I parlayed some European hockey today. I should probably check and see if that ended up winning. But for the most part, when I'm trying to attack these lines, I just thought I had an opportunity here. Like I thought I had the opportunity with the money lines last week. We missed on both. The Giants were sort of in there for a bit. But yeah, that's the problem when we only have 3 picks per week. If we had 10, I think this competition would be a little different.
I think next year when we do this, we maybe juice it, and I think we do a college football one too.
Yeah, college football, it was just easy peasy for me this year. So yeah, I wouldn't hate that at all.
Last thing I want to ask you, Rob, game of the year, you took Christian McCaffrey to score the first touchdown. I'm taking the 49ers at an alternate spread of 9.5. Do the Ravens have any chance?
I think the Ravens completely have a chance. That's why I didn't touch it. And I'm a little nervous too because I'm not trying to bet against myself either because I have Brock Purdy at plus 7,500 to win MVP. So I'm hoping what happens is we have a medium game and then I'm able to continue rolling with that because my closing line value is huge and it's a big payout if that hits.
Would you be able to hedge a future bet like that?
I could hedge a future bet like that. However, with everybody's going up against, statistically speaking, they can't give it to somebody else because Brock Purdy, if things go the way they're going and they go medium to smooth, he'll be the leader in like almost all of the important categories and he'll be on the best team. Like it's hard to argue unless they give it to Tyreek Hill. But yeah. They don't change the rules. Everything stays the same in the NFL.
Next year, we got to do something for futures, too. We got to do like a deep dive into the futures play. But anyways, Rob, take us out of this place.
Yeah, guys, next week, we're going to have maybe one of our best shows ever if these bets hit, and we're going to be rich or we'll be incredibly poor, but make sure to follow for more.